Hi there, Redster here. Now that the year is almost over, it is time to give my general thoughts and opinions on 2023 as a whole. To be honest, this year wasn't the worst thing I ever went through, but it wasn't absolutely amazing. There were a lot of things that made this year nowhere near as bad as the bottom of the barrel years I went through, like 2020 and especially 2022. But there were a handful of things that really dragged this year down for me. Let's get started. For starters, back in the first months of the year, I was a completely different person. I was still trying to stay away from this community due to completely dumb reasons, and I didn't really have a life. All I did during these first months of 2023 was work on a bit of tech, attend school, and rely on a girl to make me feel happy. Honestly, I hated that lifestyle. It made me super desperate and emo, and I became super antisocial. This period was where most of the flaws and gripes I had with 2023. Yep, up until about August, 2023 kind of sucked for me. Since my lifestyle was boring, a lot of the days followed suit. The weekends and other dates where I stayed home was completely boring, since I didn't bother to build a community to hang out with to pass the time. And the school days were also boring, but the only part I remembered was when I had class with a girl I liked, and no, it wasn't the same girl I like later into the year. One thing I hated about myself back then was that I would take simple glances and coincidences and believe she was in love with me, which was super awkward looking back to. This caused me to literally chase her, sitting next to her during lunch without her clear permission, considering her as my girlfriend, and email her insisting that we should date. Keep in mind, she didn't even said that she considered me as my girlfriend. So this just makes things super ridiculous. So ridiculous that she ghosted me and moved away without saying goodbye. This resulted in a summer of where I just feel miserable. It got so bad in fact that I posted videos of me begging for help and my early 2023 avatar getting ran over by a train. I felt miserable to the point where I had to regress. So on June 21st, I reverted back to the lifestyle I was going through back in 2020 and 2021. After July, the year became drastically better. It improved to the point of where it actually became pretty good. As people went back to school, I hung out on Discord and socialized with others. I also went back on Scratch and continued my old traditional style of content. This resulted in this channel growing to the size of my old one, and me meeting new friends on top of my current ones. This made the current school year as of me making this video a whole lot more bearable. October onwards was where the year just became really exciting and fun. On top of all of the previous factors, I became a lot less introverted and begun interacting with people in real life. This resulted in me deciding to go to a dance on October 28th, which was really awesome looking back to. People really liked my dance, for some reason, and I got a handful of fame. On top of that, a girl that I had a crush on, as of then and now, actually was generous enough to subscribe to this channel. I still wonder why I haven't been ghosted or rejected yet despite my terrible approach to her. To be honest, which was really crazy looking back to. These factors made late 2023 a whole lot more interesting than early 2023. And yeah, that was my year. One thing to note about it though was that a lot of aspects about the year involves love and romance. From beginning to end, I constantly dealt with these stuff, and that's that. It was also the most mixed bag of a year I have ever went through. 2023 didn't really make me think the world was ending fortunately, but it was totally chaotic and crazy for me personally. The year makes me feel joy in some portions but misery in other portions. May was super sucky and bad while October was very great and fun. And with that leads to my opinion on this year. It was okay. Right around a 6 out of 10. It wasn't a bad year at all. While the year as a whole wasn't as good as 2021, 2014, and especially 2018, the last months of the year manages to be just as good if not better than those years. So yeah, this year wasn't the worst. But there is a lot of room for improvement for 2024. And speaking of that year, next year is looking to be pretty great due to the previous reasons I have described. So anyway, that's all. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.